I can't help but feel like I owe everyone something. What about the people that owe me?
Just send a Zelle request in the Chase mobile app.
Request sent. I feel lighter. And richer.
I love Roblox, but I don't have money to spend on Robux. Good thing I have.
In this video I will show you how you can unlock Shadow Dungeon and Sailor Piece on Roblox. Subscribe, like, hype if you want to get this. More Roblox guides and giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. To unlock the Shadow Dungeon and Sailor Piece, you first need to reach level 5000. And I will tell you right away that without this level you cannot even start the process. Once you meet the requirement, go to any portal, select Dungeon Island. And travel there. When you arrive, go inside the building and talk to the Dungeon Master NPC. Because this is the NPC that gives you the quest to unlock the dungeon system. You will not get access instantly, you need to complete a few steps first. The first task is collecting 6 dungeon pieces, and these are spread across different islands like Starter Island, Jungle Island, Desert Island, Snow Island, Shibuya Station, Rooftops, and Mundo. So you need to move between all these locations and pick up every piece before you can continue. After collecting all 6, the next step is defeating 25 bosses anywhere in the game. So just focus on killing bosses consistently until you reach that number. Once you complete both parts, the dungeon system becomes permanently unlocked and you will be able to access the Shadow Dungeon. Subscribe to this channel to have a better chance of getting and finding what you want and write what you would like to get from this game. To actually enter it, you still need dungeon keys, and these are obtained from world bosses, but not from the shadow boss itself, so you need to farm other bosses to stack enough keys. After you have your keys ready, go back to Dungeon Island, talk to the dungeon NPC, choose your difficulty, and start the dungeon. And just so you know, if you ever see it called Sid Dungeon, that is actually the same thing as the Shadow Dungeon, it is just another name players use for it. The game. So just focus on killing bosses consistently until you reach that number. Once you complete both parts, the dungeon system becomes permanently unlocked, and you will be able to access the Shadow Dungeon. Subscribe to this channel to have a better chance of getting and finding what you want, and write what you would like to get from this game. To actually enter it, you still need dungeon keys, and these are obtained from world bosses, but not from the shadow boss itself, so you need to farm other bosses to stack enough keys. After you have your keys ready, go back to Dungeon Island, talk to the dungeon NPC, choose your difficulty, and start the dungeon. And just so you know, if you ever see it called Sid Dungeon, that is actually the same thing as the Shadow Dungeon, it is just another name players use for it.
Introducing a revolutionary experience for developers. A great sleep score. Azure DevOps and Defender for Cloud catch security issues, so you can catch more Z's.
Try new Little Caesars 4-in-1 sticks with 16 deliciously shareable sticks. There are 16 reasons to try. Reason 1, they're perfect for sharing. Reason 2 through 16, just look at all these toppings. They're making me hungry. Share new Little Caesars 4-in-1 sticks for only $7.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Are you tired of grinding in Sailor Piece, but your damage barely improves? Like you're already max level, but bosses still feel like they're not even taking damage from you? And with C2 right around the corner, this is exactly the stuff you need to fix right now. So in this video, I'm just going to go through the real tips and tricks, what actually boosts your damage, what people are doing wrong, and how you should be progressing so you're not wasting time. Also, quick thing, I'm doing a giveaway, full Ice Queen set, Atomic set, and rerolls. If you want to join, just comment what you need and your username, and make sure you're in my Discord for winners and announcements. Alright, let's get into it. But before we even talk about damage, let me tell you something most players don't realize. If your early game setup is wrong, your damage later will always feel weak, no matter how high your level is. So starting from the very beginning, when you first start, don't skip free progression boosts. Join the group immediately and claim your group reward for free gold and gems. Then go straight to Discord and redeem all codes. You'll get free chests, aura, cosmetics crates, gems, and money. This is literally free early power, and it snowballs harder than people think. Right after that, fix your settings immediately because this alone saves you hours of grinding. Turn on quest repeat, auto quest repeat, and auto rejoin so you never waste time walking back to NPCs. Enable auto skill so you can AFK grind properly. And if you don't want random players ruining your farm, just disable PvP. Now here's the important part. This is where most players already start messing up their damage progression. Don't blindly follow island level requirements. Even if you hit the next level cap, that doesn't mean you're ready to move. Because if you can't comfortably clear mobs on the next island, your leveling is basically wasted efficiency. So instead of focusing on level, focus on damage consistency. If you can clear mobs smoothly, then move. If not, stay and scale first. And this is the key idea you need to understand early. Everything in this game stacks into your damage later. And that's why so many players hit max level but still feel weak. They rush progression without building the systems that actually multiply their damage. I'm not going to go into a full step-by-step progression right here since I already have a separate video for that. But that's actually where most players get stuck. They reach max level, then suddenly don't know what to do next, how to scale damage, or which systems matter the most. So now, let's fix that. Because in Sailor Piece, endgame damage isn't about one upgrade. It's about stacking multiple systems together so every buff multiplies your sword or melee damage properly. Alright, so I'm just gonna start this because a lot of people are playing this wrong. Like actually wrong. And it's low-key holding them back without them even realizing it. So first thing, I see this all the time. People running around without max haki and then wondering why their damage feels off. Like, it's not even about your weapon sometimes, it's literally your haki not being leveled properly. Armament haki. This one's simple, but people still ignore it. You get it at Snow Island. There's that hidden NPC at the back. You do the quest, boom, you have it. But the thing is, people stop there. They don't max it. And maxing it is where the real value is, because the damage buff is actually huge. I mean, when you push it all the way to level 100, that's like a 75.5% damage increase. That's not small at all. Then observation haki. I don't know why some people skip this. Like bro, this literally lets you dodge attacks. You press the keybind and you just avoid damage. And when it's maxed, you can dodge up to 10 attacks, which is kinda crazy when you think about it. You get that at Desert Island. Just talk to the NPC there. Costs like 250,000 money and 300 gems, which is honestly cheap. Now Conqueror's Haki. This one's at Shibuya Station. You go behind the building, there's the trainer there. Same thing, do the quest. But again, don't just unlock it and forget it. Max it, because at level 35, it gives like a 34% damage buff. So if you combine that with armament, yeah, your damage jumps a lot. And bro, quick tip, if you're lazy like me sometimes, just turn on auto haki in settings. Go to auto skill settings, enable the haki you want, and it literally levels itself. You don't need to keep pressing anything. I usually just leave it running while doing something else. And one of the things you need to level up is the rune. Like if you notice, even if you are using the same rune compared to other players, the stats are still different because of the rune level. Rune max level is 60, scaling plus 1% potency per level. So at max level, you get a 1.6 times potency multiplier on the rune's base effect. You can level up your rune by obtaining more runes. 1 rune equals 1 EXP. You need 700 runes in total to reach max level. Now, another thing people don't really take advantage of is Ascension. Like, it's there, but people just ignore it for some reason. You go to Sailor Island, talk to the Ascension NPC, and just keep doing it until level 10. Because the buffs stack up nicely. At max, you're getting 105% more money, 105% more gems, 55% luck, and 12% cooldown reduction. That luck alone is already worth it. But yeah, you do need materials from bosses like Alucard or Songjin Woo, Madara, and other bosses, so you can't just rush it instantly, but it's something you should be doing in the background. Now builds. There's this system that lets you save your build. Don't try to do everything in one build. It doesn't really work like that. You kinda want 2 setups. For damage, it's straightforward. Just stack damage, crit chance, crit damage, sword damage. Everything that increases output. Then save it to your build and name it damage build. But for farming, it's different. You don't care about damage that much. It's more about luck. Like, just stack as much luck as possible and let the game run. That's literally the point. Then save it, so every time you need to switch builds, you don't have to click everything one by one. And speaking of farming, let me show you something I've been doing for a while now. If you want chests, go to Shinjuku Island. There's this spot near a brown tile. You stand there, use Quake Fruit, enable Auto Skill C,
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is reimagining CoProducer. You can take any sample.
In this guide, we're going over how you can unlock the Shadow Dungeon here in Sailor Peace and how you can farm it efficiently. Before you do get into this guide, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel with all notifications on. It really does help the channel and lets us know that you want more content like this. We'd greatly appreciate it, and if at any point throughout this guide you did have any questions, just ask them down in the comment section below and we could help you out further. I'm going to be doing my best to reply to every single comment down there. Now first things first, you have to make sure that you are level 5,000. And go to the Dungeon Island. So scroll down a little bit, select Dungeon Island, and once you are here, you need to go to Master NPC just to unlock the dungeon. On the startup station with 25. Just keep pulling those bosses and collecting the keys before starting runs, and then from here go back to your Dungeon Island, talk to that Dungeon NPC, choose your damage that you want to go ahead and do this on, and you can go ahead and knock that out. It really is as simple as that. If you guys did have any questions, just ask them down in the comment section below and we could help you out further. I'm going to be doing my best to reply to every single.
If you want to unlock dungeons in Sailor Peace, you first need to complete the full dungeon quest line. And this is really important because dungeons are needed for things like Ascension and getting specific items from the dungeon shop. So in this video I am going to show you the fastest and easiest way to finish the dungeon quest line and unlock dungeons as soon as possible. So first of all, teleport to Dungeon Island. Once you get there, find the dungeon NPC and talk to him. That will give you the first quest, which is called Dungeon Discovery. For this quest, you need to collect ancient pieces hidden across different islands. So now let's go through all of the locations one by one, because this part is actually very easy once you know exactly where to go. For the first ancient piece, teleport to the first island. Once you spawn there, go straight and a little to the right until you reach the house. Behind that house you will find the first ancient piece. After that, go back to the teleporter and move to Jungle Island. Once you spawn there, go left from the spawn area and look at the big stones. The second ancient piece is there. Pick it up and move to Desert Island. On Desert Island, go straight from spawn, then go behind the island area, and you will find the third ancient piece sitting on the stones. After that, teleport to Snow Island. On Snow Island, go straight from the spawn toward the frozen water, and there you will find the fourth ancient piece behind a tree. Once you collect that one, move on to the next location. Now teleport to Shibuya Station. Here you need to head toward the Sukuna boss area. Once you are there, go on top of the building to the right side and that is where you will find the 5th ancient piece. Collect it, then go to the next island. After that, teleport to Huko Mundo Island. Once you are there, go on top of the building to the right side, and that is where you will find the 5th ancient piece. Head toward the Sukuna boss area. Once you are there, go on top of the building to the right side, and that is where you will find the 5th ancient piece. Collect it, then go to the next island. After that, teleport to Huko Mundo Island. Once you arrive, go straight toward the biggest building, and on top of it, you will find the last ancient piece. As soon as you collect that one, the first quest will be completed. After finishing the discovery quest, you will get the second part of the dungeon quest line, and this one requires you to defeat 25 bosses. The fastest way to do this is very simple. Go to Boss Island, choose the easiest boss you can fight quickly, and then turn on auto spawn. After that, just keep defeating the boss over and over until you reach 25 kills. This part honestly does not take that long if your character is strong enough, and compared to the first quest, Boss Island, choose the discovery quest, Kuna boss area. Once you are there, go on top, then go to the next island. After that, teleport to Huko Mundo Island. Once you arrive, go straight toward the biggest building, and on top of it, you will find the last ancient piece. As soon as you collect that one, the first quest will be completed. After finishing the discovery quest, you will get the second part of the dungeon quest line, and this one requires you to defeat 25 bosses. The fastest way to do this is very simple. Go to Boss Island, choose the easiest boss you can fight quickly, and then turn on auto spawn. After that, just keep defeating the boss over and over until you reach 25 kills. This part honestly does not take that long if your character is strong enough. And compared to the first quest, it is even simpler because now you do not have to travel between many different islands. You just stay there and keep farming until the objective is done. Once you finish defeating 25 bosses, go back to Dungeon Island and talk to the dungeon NPC again. After that, dungeons will finally be unlocked, and from that point you can start running them whenever you want. And that is important because dungeons are needed for specific items from the dungeon shop, and they are also required for some important progression systems like Ascension. So if you want to keep getting stronger and unlock more parts of the game, this is definitely a quest line you want to finish as early as possible. So overall, unlocking dungeons in Sailor Piece is actually not hard, but it can be confusing if you do not know where all the ancient pieces are or what the fastest way is for the boss quest. But now you know the full route, so once you follow it step by step, you should be able to unlock dungeons pretty quickly. Also in this video I am giving away any Game Pass to one of you. If you want to win any Game Pass, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and most importantly leave your exact Roblox username in the comments below, so I can send you your reward if you wish. If you have any questions about this video, feel free to ask them in the comments, and for exclusive content, giveaways, and to hang out with the community, check out my Discord and Roblox group for a chance to join me in game my Roblox profile. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more Sailor Piece content.
Split the heavens! 露出的。